Hello, welcome to my channel. I think this is the first time you've actually seen me. So I'm about to go on a bit of a journey, and I've done some hypnosis and I've done some past line regression, and I'd like to now look into QHHT, quantum healing hypnosis therapy. If anybody's heard of it, it's something that was started by Dolores Cannon, who I'm a massive fan of. And I'm about to start my journey by going for a session tomorrow with a lady who's training and was looking for some clients to practice on. So I'm about to go tomorrow for my session. I've been told it's a 4 to 6 hour session, and I'm to prepare with some questions. So I'm literally sitting, writing and thinking of my questions. Now, I'm quite excited about this, and for curiosity, it'll be interesting to see what comes up, and I'd love to take you along for the journey. I'm hoping to document my whole journey of this. So from being a client all the way through my training. So I'm going to start training as a level 1 within the next month. So I'm kind of going to document it on here and see how we get on. So come with me and I'll see how we get on. My way into London. Train journey is not too long, but I'll run through some of my questions that I've got planned. In the end, I went into different sections, so life lessons and purpose, health and well-being, relationships, career, and then if we've got any extra time section. So it was things like why did she choose this life? What's her purpose in this lifetime? What emotional clutter is she still carrying that she no longer needs to serve her? In the health and well-being, are there any energetic imbalances or underlying issues? I've got psoriasis, so I've asked what the root cause of my skin condition is. And I wanted to also ask why I've never been able to have children. Thought it was worth an ask. Relationships, who's in my soul family? I'd love to know that. And what my role is within that family system. And are there any meaningful relationships I need to learn lessons from? Career, I'd like to change, as I've said, go into the spiritual career from the creative sector, so I'd like to ask if that's aligned with my path. And finally, I always see 1111, so I'd love to know what that is actually telling me. But I will link a new video with all of my questions so you can see them. Hi, so I'm back from London. Had my session and I'm in the car park of the train station about to head home. Wow, that was an experience. I've never been hypnotised before, so I didn't know what to expect really, and I was quite nervous just because I wasn't sure what to expect. Would I be able to be hypnotised? And I couldn't see anything, so I don't know what they call it, but I couldn't see anything, but I could sense a lot. So I did get a past life I could completely sense. Didn't feel like me. I will go into this in a bit more detail when I've had a few minutes to listen to my session and maybe write a few notes myself. But yeah, I was a little bit panicked when I couldn't see anything, but I think I was under for about 2.5 hours. It didn't feel like that. It felt more like about 20 minutes. My subconscious did come through eventually. After denying access, it did come through, and it was actually quite emotional. It was really quite emotional what was being said, and yeah, it was a really weird experience. I feel really good about it and feel very tired,
but I think I will unpack it all this evening, listen again to the recording, see what I heard and what I didn't hear, um, and I'll report back to you. Um, so yeah, it was eye-opening, and I definitely got some insights into my purpose and into my life. So yeah, give me a minute and let me review it all. See you in a bit. Hi. Okay, so it's been a few days now, and think I've sat with it long enough. Um, okay, where do I start? I have never been hypnotized, and I didn't really know what to expect. So, as she put me under, I tried really hard to get my brain to not analyze what was going on. So I tried to not think to myself, is it working? Is it working? Um, and I really struggled with the visualization. So being asked, can I see a car? Can I see a bird? And I couldn't see anything. And I was really, really worried. Started getting a bit panicky. Um, and I was relaxed, and I thought, just listen to her voice. Do not listen to my brain going, you're panicking, you're panicking. So I honestly said, no, I can't see it. Um, and she was brilliant. So she asked me, could I picture my front door, which again I couldn't see, but I know my front door, and I could in a way visualize it. So I couldn't see it, but I could visualize it in my mind that yeah, there's my front door. I know what it looks like. And she said, walk through the front door, go into your kitchen, and that helped because although I couldn't see it, I had a sense of what my kitchen looked like and what my hall looked like, my front door. So I thought, okay, I can work with that. So we went a little bit deeper, and she took me into a past life, and I was laying there thinking I should just open my eyes and tell her this isn't working because it still feels like me. And I was getting a bit panicky again. I was thinking, don't listen. I am so relaxed at this point, and I think I just thought I'll just tell her that oh, I'm really sorry that this hasn't worked with me. But then all of a sudden, I just felt like I had sandals on. um, and I said, oh, I've got sandals on, and my and I've got open toes. And I couldn't see that, but I just had a sense that the same as I couldn't see the front door, I had a feeling, and I know what my front door looks like, and I could imagine it but not see it, if you know what I mean. So I thought it still feels like me, but I've definitely got sandals on. I've definitely got open toes. I've got bare legs, and I feel much stronger and much bigger. So I feel masculine. And I tell her this. Um, I can't see myself, and she says, "Where am I?" And I'm in a forest, definitely in a forest. I can't see, again. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep repeating myself. Can't see this, but I'm in a forest, and I've got a basket in my hand, in my arms, and I'm collecting not wood, felt like sticks. And I've never had that before. Never felt that before. And it's because it still felt like me, still in my head. And she's asking me questions, and she says, how are you feeling? Is there any emotions type thing? And I felt responsibility. I felt I'm really responsible for who I'm collecting this wood for. So whether it was a village or my family, I felt really responsible that what I'm doing is really important, and that's that. So she then moved me along to my last day. And again, you get really like a bit panicky, like, oh my God, I'm going to die. This is really weird. I'm going to feel what death's like. And she says, where am I? And I can feel I'm lying down and I'm in a bed. And I want to say in a hut. Oh, I don't know. I feel like I want to say in like a hut or some sort. It's a really rudimental bed. It's not my comfy divan bed. It's a really just a bed. And and then she says, how are you feeling? And I thought, I feel smaller than I did in the forest. I feel older than I did in the forest. And I feel weaker. And I said, I feel like I'm fading. Okay, this is it. Is that it? Is that death? Not. It's not. It wasn't scary. It was just I was just getting weaker. And she says, "Is there anybody around you?" And I knew there was two people around me. There was a woman and a child. So felt possibly daughter and grandchild. I can't see any of this. Can't see a thing, but I can sense they're there. I can sense they're upset. I've never had this before. This was such a strange feeling. Um, so there was that, and then we went into the subconscious. Now, if we go back a little bit, the first part before I went into this life was really strange because again, I think I was panicking and I couldn't see anything, and I could visualize light, and then there was like lots of purple color, which I could see. I could see a lot of purple color, and there was felt like a lot of light, and then I was bogged down, and then I felt like I came out. So I'm not sure what all that was. I'm not really sure what that was, but I felt it was a bit strange. I will add a video of my recording so you can hear it, and I'd love to hear what you think and your interpretation is. Anyway, let's go back. So felt like I'd passed there, and then she asked if we could bring the subconscious through and if the subconscious was willing to talk today. Now again, in my head I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be interesting, and from nowhere I just said no. Like, oh, did I say that or did something else say that? I wasn't sure, so I'm like, okay. And then she did another visualization about a river and energy and it flowing all through my body, and my whole body was tingling. And she asked again, could we bring the subconscious through and are we allowed to talk to the subconscious? And from nowhere I said yes. Now this was really weird because then I started talking in the third person, and I was her and she. Okay, I'm like, is it me saying that? And every time, so I had written my questions as I went through earlier, and every time she said I asked a question, I was listening like the first time I've ever heard the question. Like you're doing, like, oh, let me catch that. Let me listen in it. What am I saying? Which I thought was really weird. Like, I've written these questions. I should know all the questions. You could start off and I should be able to finish them. But my ears were like, oh, what's she going to say next? So that was really weird. And the answers just came out and I wasn't thinking. Now, again, add in the comments what you think. I've never been hypnotized. Is this what it's like? Is this what hypnosis feels like? So we worked through some things, and I'll take it for what it is. Felt like it wasn't me talking. But it came out with the answers. And I know at one point I felt so much emotion and love that I started to cry, and it just felt my whole body just felt love. It was just so emotional, like it bubbled up in my chest. and then it just radiated out. It felt amazing, and but really quite, oh, what's happening here? Me laying down with my eyes shut, hypnotized, thinking what's going on. And I think we worked through a few things um, about why I'm here now, and this life was talking about, again, responsibility. And when she asked, why did you show me the last one, that was the responsibility life. This one, I take too much responsibility, and I'm not letting it go, which I thought was amazing, because I honestly I do. And one of my questions was, why have I never been able to have children? And again, I don't know the answer to that at all. um it for me, it was always something to do with my body, or so to hear straight away, almost with such certainty, that it was because I it would have been too much responsibility, and I would have never been able to detach from that responsibility, to be able to um, continue with this lesson in my life. It's like, well, that makes a bit more sense. Um, so it was all about responsibility and living this life and not taking on other people's problems, being bogged down by other people's emotions, and just living my life with responsible for me. So that was really quite a lot. That was, that kind of it made sense to me. So all in all, I thought it was an um, amazing session. I think I got everything out of it I could have ever expected, and I'd love to delve more into this. What else came up? I mean, I asked about who my soul family are, and in my mind, I think I knew who was going to be there, um, but it wasn't. It was my mum and my husband, and I'm thinking, oh, it's got to be, and but in my mind, again, I don't know, I couldn't see them, but I could sense it was those two as it was being said. So it, it was a strange sensation to be talking, but it didn't feel like the answers were coming to me. And at that point, through that whole session, my brain wasn't saying, oh, this isn't working, or it wasn't analysing anything, and it wasn't saying, oh, I should open my eyes now. It was numb, and the answers were just flowing from somewhere else. But I'm talking, and I'm referring to me as her and she. So it was really strange. Um, what else was said? Let me have a little think. What else was said? That was it. So we also asked about my health, um, and I do get psoriasis on my head, and um, that that I asked for some healing, um, which came through and said that was given, so that should disappear soon. So I will keep you informed, um, which was lovely. Um, yeah, I will link the audio for you to have a listen to the session and see what you think. I'd love to get your interpretations or your thoughts, see what you think to the session. Um, yeah, I would definitely go again, definitely do it again. Um, I would love to learn a bit about it, learn a bit more about it, and I think I need to try hypnosis a bit more for myself, and then I wouldn't panic so much. I don't think, because I literally was panicking in my own brain. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So yeah. So let me know what you think. Um, yeah. If you want to carry on following my journey, subscribe and kind of see where I'm going with this. And we can go through and see how it evolves and how the journey goes on.